Isaac, I assume I'm on. All right, thanks for checking in here on the live stream. I am meteorologist Jeremy Goodwin from WIBW TV. We've got snow. Some spots it's already heavy snow. A live look from downtown Topeka, seeing light snow at this point. A live look from WIBW Telecom. Look at this. This is right along Highway 99 through the middle of downtown. And you can see the snow still coming down and covering the streets, and has kind of that Christmas card look to it with the big snowflakes there in the street light right by downtown. So a beautiful shot there. But the snow's going to make for a mess for travel tonight and tomorrow. If you got anywhere to go, it's going to be dangerous to get around. You can see the snow right here blowing around right on the edge of Clyde County Community College. That's the live video there, and the snow you can see also falling there, and the lights in the parking lot. This is the intersection of College and State Street there, just to the northeast of the community college there in town. The temperature right now is 3. That's it, 3 degrees. And with the wind chill is 17 degrees below zero. That's dangerously cold. You don't want to be out in that. If you have to be out in it, do it for just a limited amount of time. Make sure you're wearing your coats and gloves and hats and scarves, and just do whatever you need to do as quickly as possible and get out of this. This is dangerously cold. 3 in Marysville, 10 in Topeka. I haven't even talked about the snow amounts yet, but the wind chill value on this, look at this. It already feels like 15 below zero in Marysville. Topeka is 5 below zero now. Osage City and Lawrence are tied for the warmest at 0. And again, this is really the beginning of this. If you have seen your phone and your computer or anything else chirping at you today with an advisory that's called a cold weather warning. This may be the first time you've ever seen that. Maybe you looked around your house and everybody said, "You ever heard of a cold weather warning? What's that?" And there's always something, you know. The cold weather warning is a new thing. So what does this replace? It replaces the wind chill warning, because the Weather Service was doing work on this the last couple of years, doing research with the public, finding out that some of the terms for different warnings didn't make sense to everybody, so they tried to make some of the terms make more sense, just make them more clear. So if you hear cold weather warning, that means you're going to have very cold weather, not just kind of cold or inconvenient cold, but dangerous cold. So in this case, a cold weather warning means the wind chill is going -10 to -29. At -29, you can get frostbite in about 30 minutes, is what the research says on this. And frostbite is not the kind of thing you just put some cream on and it heals. Frostbite's the kind of thing that can be a permanent injury. You don't want frostbite. So if you have to be out in this, you want to wear scarves, gloves, hats, all that stuff. If your kids are going to go out and play, make sure they're dressed up like the movie A Christmas Story. Make sure they look just like that. Big, thick coats. Make sure they're out there for a very short amount of time, if at all. I mean, my kids are going to play VR and Xbox the next couple of days. That's what's going on at the Goodwin house. Stay inside. I mean, it's that cold. So your pets are susceptible to this as well. Keep your fur babies or whatever you call them safe, because this is dangerously cold. Their water bowl is going to freeze outside, no doubt. The temperature is already that cold. So shelter them from the cold and wind. A dry blanket. If your pet has a blanket outside and it gets wet, turns icy, it's not going to protect them. Straw is a better option if you don't have a dry blanket for them. Unfrozen water, you can give them more food, and if possible, this is if you're going to bring your pets in a couple of times a year, this is the time to do it. This is that kind of day. So you're like, okay, we'll bring them in only when it's so cold. This is that time. So again, frostbite can occur in as little as 30 minutes. Make sure you wear extra layers of clothes. Dangerously cold, and it will be this cold the next couple of days. 3 degrees in Concordia now. My Manhattan camera is working on one computer and not on the other computer. I don't know why, but snow falling in Manhattan. It's not as impressive as what's in Wamego right now. You can see how heavy it is there in Wamego, and this is a thin band of heavy snow. This is what went through Concordia and Marysville earlier, bringing a couple of inches of snow already, and that band is now getting closer to Topeka. So if you're in Topeka, Lawrence, or doing anything on I-70 for the next couple of hours, that band of heavy snow is going to be right on I-70 shortly, and I'm sure it's going to cause all kinds of travel issues. It's already causing travel issues, no doubt, but that heavy band, as I mentioned, is really lining up pretty close to I-70 at this point. So let's check out a camera here in town. Matter of fact, so check out the radar view there. The snow is just barely We had some snow here at the northwest part of town at the TV station a few minutes ago. It was very light, but let's check outside now what the camera looks like. And I can't see this that heavy from Menninger Hill at this point. How about the one here near Rossville? It's too dark there to see anything. All right, so you can't see from those. How about downtown? We'll check out the Cyrus Hotel and see if it's light enough. And I can't really see snow in the city light. Yeah, I can see some actually, but it's not heavy. Now, if I do fly over to Manhattan, I want to see if this camera from, yeah, it's not on there. So we can't see Manhattan, but at this point, it looks to me like the streets in Manhattan are just about covered in snow, coming down in moderate intensity. I wouldn't say it's heavy, but Manhattan's about a step behind what's going on in Wamego right now for the snow. But this thin band is heavy from Mayetta to Meriden, getting into Topeka here in the next few minutes. You can actually see, if you watch this really close, you'll see some streaks here kind of rush by. There's one by Lawrence right there. That's the upper level of the jet stream winds that are much stronger, kind of ripping the tops off these things. These are very strong. It's a narrow band, but it's a strong batch of snow that's diving in. So in Topeka, here in the next 15 minutes to 30 minutes, you're going to see heavy bands of snow moving in, and the roads are going to become awful very quickly. So temperatures in the supercast and the snow. These are not the snow amounts. This is the temperature with showing supercast snow and the timing here. So overnight, we'll catch snow on and off. There's 7 a.m. with temperatures ranging from 0 to -5. By noon tomorrow, we have snow falling, and by 5 p.m., the snow is still falling. In the evening tomorrow, the snow comes to an end. Supercast by 11 o'clock tonight already has an inch in many spots. 8 a.m. tomorrow, 2 to 5 in many spots. By 5 p.m. tomorrow, the bulk of the snow has stopped falling. And by tomorrow evening, we'll round this out with areas like Emporia, Burlington, and most likely in the 6 to 9 inch category. Topeka is going to be in the 3 to 5 inch category most likely, probably close to 5. Marysville, Hiawatha, probably 2 or 3. Concordia, 5, maybe 4. On future supercast wind chills, look at this. There's 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. We got wind chill values ranging from 15 to 25 below zero. We've already got 17 below zero in a couple spots, so that's not a big difference from what's going on right now. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. This is 5 p.m. This is not morning. Usually when we have extreme wind chill, it's in the morning for a couple of hours or late at night. That's 5 p.m. -8 to -15 still common. The weather room 8-day forecast looks this way. Again, extreme cold, dangerously cold. Tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, Friday morning as well. We are expecting to see a huge warm-up next week with temperatures making the 50s and 60s a week from now. So just a massive difference from what's going on outside right now and what will go on tonight and the next couple of days. All right, if you just joined us here on the live stream, I'm going to go back to the beginning of the graphics here, kind of go back through this and show folks that have just joined us kind of what's going on around the area as well. So that's my view from the Cyrus Hotel in downtown Topeka. I'm going to zoom that in a bit and see the traffic lights there in downtown Topeka so we can zoom in a little more closely. And what you'll see is that the snow downtown, it's not heavy by any means. I can see all the way over to Hotel Topeka. So if I can see more than that distance, then we're not looking at heavy snow by any means yet. But soon, I mean in the next half hour or so, I expect to see the snow really picking up. So right through the city lights downtown from the Capitol Federal Skycam there, that's 10th and Kansas, you can see light snow. But again, I can see at least a mile. So this is not heavy snow. And when you're trying to look at weather cameras and figure out how heavy is the snow, generally you're just looking to see, how far can you see. If you can see for about a city block and that's it, then you've certainly got heavy snow. So that is the Toto dog there in Wamego. And you can see that he is covered in snow. We'll change the view there and look along Highway 99. That's the view right now from Wamego Telecom. And you can see the snow coming down heavily there. I'm going to try this Manhattan camera again. I've tried it a couple of times here and it just hasn't wanted to kick on for this particular computer. It's been working fine from the other one. Let's cheat and see if I can get it to load this way. Come on. And it's still saying no. Okay. We'll try it again later. So trust me, Manhattan's got snow right now. It looks just about like Wamego. Cloud County Community College. This is State Street and College Avenue right there on the west side, on the just northeast of the school from Cloud County Community College. And the roads a couple of hours ago, right about 4 o'clock, there was no snow on these roads at all. And now it's still snowing and there's at least a couple of inches deep there. Temperature 3, feels like minus 17. 3 in Marysville 2. 4 degrees in Hiawatha. Concordia just dropped to 2 degrees. That's the update just coming in as we're like, oh my gosh, there's the coldest wind chill we've seen so far. It's minus 20 in Concordia now. Just, who wants to go out in that? So be aware. Until noon Thursday, we have the wind chill values expected to be minus 10 to minus 29. It's just arriving now, really. So make sure you're dressing appropriately for the extreme cold. Hats, scarves, gloves, all that stuff. Your pets are going to suffer from the extreme cold as well. If they have to be outside, this is dangerous for them too. Make sure they have some sort of shelter from the cold and the wind. They need to have a dry blanket or a straw. Straw is a little better, but a blanket can get wet and then it's not going to help at all. Make sure the water is not frozen, or make sure you give them fresh water that's not frozen often. Increase their meal size, and if you can bring them in, this is a good time to do it. You can get frostbite in this kind of cold. With the temperature or the wind chill as cold as minus 29, frostbites in as little as 30 minutes, and that's not the kind of thing that heals really easily. It's not a scratch or that kind of thing. This is the kind of thing that, it's a permanent injury in most cases. You do not want frostbite. If you've ever seen somebody with it, I saw somebody with it. I visited somebody in the hospital several years ago that had been out in something like this, and it was horrifying what this person went through. So if you've ever seen frostbite, you know. If you haven't and you're not familiar with it, I'm not a doctor, I'm absolutely not, but I've seen what this looks like, what it does to people. And once you've seen it, it's something you will remember forever. So make sure you're taking care of yourselves. You do not want to get frostbite out in this stuff. If you tend to work outside, you don't want to wear gloves and that kind of thing, just do it this time. Please, this is dangerously cold. Minus 20 wind chill, look at them. All right, we'll score that drift about a 6 out of 10. I don't know, they made it up the hill though, right? All right, so Clyde County Community College, apparently the laws are optional on the streets. It's difficult to get around that hill. I'm sure I've made the same bad fishtail in my neighborhood trying to get home. My vehicle's front-wheel drive, so I don't fishtail that well. But Wamego, there's the snow still packing Highway 99 through downtown. On the radar, Capital Federal Live Storm Tracker, the heavier snow is just getting into Topeka. And I'm going to look out the window again here, or the door, I guess, and see if it's coming down heavy at the station. It's still light. This is not even moderate yet. So on the west side of the station of the city, WIBW is located here where the old Hollywood Theaters used to be, just south of that building on the west side of town, kind of the top of Wanamaker, if you will. It's kind of where we are. But the snow is going to settle in here in the next half hour or so. These darker areas of green and that yellow especially, that's very heavy snow coming down right now. And you can see the darker blues here. So right where Highway 75 and 24 are, there's a band of heavy snow. It's just a couple of miles to the northeast of me here. So overnight we'll have this moderate to heavy snow on and off. We'll have snow on and off through the day tomorrow. Temperature is extremely cold. When this thing is done with, snowfall totals look to be a little less along the Nebraska state line, probably 2-3 inches. Concordia, Clay Center, 4 or 5. Topeka in that kind of 5, probably I'd say 4 to 7. I wouldn't be surprised by 4, but 7 certainly in play too. I don't think Topeka 8 or 9. I don't think it's in play. But Topeka, anything 4 to 7, any of those numbers would be reasonable. Emporia, Burlington, Osage City could easily go over 7. But the number should be higher to the south, especially farther southeast, areas like Pittsburgh, Kansas, Joplin, Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, over to West Plains, those kind of areas. Those places could get a foot. I mean, that's how bad the storm is for those areas. So wind chill values, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., you've got wind chill values ranging from, let's see what's the warmest one here, 14 below in Burlington, and the worst showing up on the map here, 25 below in Marysville. So that's the kind of values that are going to be typical at 7 a.m. tomorrow, and snowing. So we don't typically see 20 below zero wind chill with snow at the same time around here. Here's 5 p.m. tomorrow. Supercast has us at the Topeka and Kansas City tied as the warmest at -8, but wind chills of 15 still common even during the afternoon. The weather and 8-day forecast looks this way. We have 4 very dangerous mornings of temperatures and wind chill. The snow and precipitation should be over with by tomorrow evening. There could be some light snow Wednesday night. It shouldn't be very heavy if we do see that. And it'll get much warmer a week from now, next Monday, mid-50s. A week from tomorrow, 62 degrees. I cannot wait for that warmth. But again, if you're still watching us here on the live stream, I just strongly encourage you to make sure you're taking care of yourself and your families during this extreme cold. Again, this wind chill of 20 to 29 below zero is dangerous. You can get hypothermia in this kind of thing. You can get frostbite if you're outside with your skin not covered, so make sure you're taking care of yourselves and your families. And if you do have to travel, use a lot of caution. Make sure that your cell phone is charged. Make sure somebody knows that you're traveling. If you're going to make a drive somewhere and nobody knows that you were going, if you do run off the road or get stuck in an area where you're not able to be seen easily, it could take a long time to find you, especially if nobody knows to look. So just if you're going to see Grandma, make sure you call ahead and say, hey, Grandma, we're coming your way. We're going to drive this road. Or if whatever it is, make sure somebody knows that you're traveling so they know if you make it there. Because if you don't, and nobody knows you're out there, then they won't know even to look. So just be smart during these next few days. It's going to be extremely cold, and the snow tonight will be heavy at times. And a week from now, we turn much, much warmer. I'll see you on 13 News at 10.